Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Street Crypto here, back for another video. In today's video, I want to talk about Solana and give my price prediction for the Sol token. So Solana is currently sitting at around about $249, seeing a 2% increase in the last 24 hours, sitting in a market cap of $75 billion at that time. If you have a look at the all-time charts, we can see Solana hit highs of $173 towards the start of September, and then we saw a regression back down to nearly $120, but have just gone pretty parabolic since then, hitting $260 as a new all-time high in the last couple of days. Quickly, if you don't know what Solana is, I don't know where you've been, but Solana is pretty much a blockchain in itself and is similar to Ethereum. Now, Solana's native wallet Phantom has just hit 1 million active users. So why is this exciting news? Well, it shows that the ecosystem is starting to grow exponentially. Now that's been reflected in price as well. But if you have a cryptocurrency without any people using the product they're supplying, obviously the demand over time for that token is going to be heavily diminished. Now, this is a really good sign, as this is one of the major first milestones for Solana. And I imagine as price and Solana ecosystem continues to grow, these milestones will be becoming weekly things. And I imagine 2 million active users will be hit within the next 2 months. So I imagine, considering that, price will heavily follow that. Now, our next story comes from some FUD that happened with Solana a few weeks ago. Solana had recently flipped Cardano, taking fourth spot. And if we look at total value by category, Solana has nearly $15 billion in total value locked on their platform, which has been respecting an upward trend line. And we've been just going really absolutely insane with Solana. But if we have some look at some important things that happened recently with some FUD, I just want to clear up some things regarding Solana. So the first thing was the network was accused of sharing fraudulent figures about Sol's circulating supply, and this was a little bit of FUD that happened a few weeks ago. But there was also a Solana network outage, which happened in September, and many feared would pull the asset down by many ranks. But these two events were important to note because it shows that regardless of what happened and what news came out regarding Solana, it's just gone absolutely parabolic. There's been pretty much zero resistance in the last couple of days, and I'll dive into that when we look into TA. But the last thing I want to mention in terms of news is that Brave is going to be integrating with Solana blockchain on its privacy-enabled browser. So Solana is partnering with the BAT token. I mentioned this in my BAT video, but Solana has integrated into the browser to make it the default for DApp support. Now, this will be growing the user base and influence that Solana has, and they aim to attract over 10 million users by having Brave software support. So this will allow Solana to swap tokens, exchange tokens, and send tokens through the Brave browser. And now that is a really good sign, as there are a lot of people who are using Brave, and the fact they're going to be openly accessible to Solana within a click of a button is certainly going to have a real impact on price, especially because in accordance to the BAT token, because people will be using the BAT token to pay fees and other things like that. And now there are 42 million Brave users that will have access to Solana directly through Brave. Now, 42 million, that's a lot of users, and it's going to be a lot of total value locked to the Solana ecosystem. And the last thing I want to dive into is into some Solana TA. Obviously, I've drawn a bunch of random lines here, but the first thing I want to mention was the bull flag that we launched in September. Obviously, we saw highs of nearly $215 in early September, and then the entire crypto market kind of took a bit of a pullback, and we saw lows of nearly $220 on the 21st of September. And we started to perform this flag, and we've pretty much broken the flag in accordance to what I've measured here as resistance. So we broke the flag and hit the first resistance at 180, and then saw a pullback to the lower support at 140 again. And since then, we've been forming this ascending channel. And we've seen supports of $214 broken, and now we are sort of in price discovery mode. As we can see here, Solana is at all-time highs, nearing $260, and we're still in this channel. So what do I expect to happen in the short term regarding TA for Solana? Well, I imagine this news that broke out with Brave has caused a little bit of a pump here, but I think a pullback and testing this bottom ascending channel is one of the options that could happen. Now, obviously, Bitcoin is at all-time highs, so is Solana, so is Ethereum. So a pullback is on the cards, especially for Solana. Now, where would this pullback land us? Well, I imagine this pullback land us at least at the bottom of this triangle, somewhere near $220. Then we have major support at $215, and then more support at around about $180 again. But what do I expect to happen? Well, this channel is going to break one of two ways. Either we're going to go up or down. And I imagine the cards are looking like we're going to see a little bit of a pullback to at least this support there. Now, once we broke it at 215, we haven't tested it again. And I imagine we'll test it within the next couple of weeks. But regardless of this test, if we see something like this, testing the support at 215, I imagine $300 is really not that far away. Now, obviously, you could call me insane, but I really think it is a likely possibility at this point. Solana is just unstoppable at the moment, and it would need a market cap of an extra, 90 billion. Not an extra 90 billion, but a market cap of a total of 90 billion to reach $300. And I think the $90 billion market cap is just within touching distance, really, for Solana. All it needs is one news story or, just momentum to break to the upside, and $300 is on the cards. But for now, I would say a pullback to $215 to $210 is likely within the next couple of weeks, and then we should be testing $300 somewhere between the end of November to the start of December. But that was just a quick video on the Solana token. If you guys want me to check out any other cryptos, let me know down below. But I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.